58. I just started the stream with your poster on it.
Okay. So we're going?
We're not live right now. It's on with the poster now.
Okay.
I'm waiting for YouTube to kick on here.
$58.
Come on, YouTube, connect it.
Facebook is connected.
Come on, YouTube.
All right, we're at 59.
YouTube's not connecting yet. It says it's sending.
Did we restart?
Good. Come on, bitch.
Can you do it while we start the Facebook, or does it?
So I got time, so.
Come on, baby, let's go. Come on, we need some good energy.
Facebook is connected. So the poster's on Facebook right now. YouTube says it's sending data. I just don't know if it's online or not. So we're gonna go with this.
Okay.
7 o'clock.
All right.
It should be going live.
All right.
All right.
Live? Checking connection. Perfect. All right, so it's Mauricio Mejia Live. We're coming to you. It is today, Wednesday, August 21st. And today we're going to be recapping our sold-out event that we had at the Capitol Club on Monday with Stedman Graham and a special guest, Miles Kovac. And before we kick it off, I want to say a quick thank you and shout-outs to my team. I had an amazing team that came and pulled it together, and it's these types of events are interesting for me. It's if it's a party, it's easy. Let's put out a party, and we get minimum of 300 people to come out to an event, up to 1,000 people, and you put an event where you're asking people to come out and learn about how to change their mindset and how to better their lives, and it's like pulling teeth and like nails on a chalkboard. If you're old enough, you know what I'm talking about, a chalkboard. So before that, I want to say thank you to my team. I want to say thank you to my business partner Matt, Authority Management Group. We put this together. It's definitely it's definitely one of those great challenges that we put together. We have an event coming up on Friday, November 1st, down in Los Angeles at the Intercontinental Hotel. We're going to be kicking it off with Stedman with the Los Angeles Unified School District, doing it in the east side. We got 500 students that are going to be coming out. And then from there, we're moving right along to the Intercontinental Hotel, which is we're going to be doing a luncheon for the YMCA. Peter Mayado, who's a board member. Thank you, Peter, for putting that thing together along with the YMCA board. We're expecting over 700 people to be in attendance in that. And Stedman Graham, along with the Los Angeles Rams, will be honored at that event. And then in that evening, we're going to be working with my boy Miles Kovac, who came out. And we're going to be putting together this again, elite event of 150 to 200 business owners and entrepreneurs and people that really want to change their mindset and want to take it to a whole different level. So that's what we're going to be working on. But again, want to say quick shout out and thank you to my team. We got Joe Morgia in the house. Definitely amazing. You still got it in you, my brother. I love you for the way you run the door and the way you run the team. We got my girl Zaida, Cynthia, Amy Escobar, who helped put all the social media together, and definitely big kudos to you. I know that we've been working together since 2003, and you always come through and always know how to put things together and keep me organized. So thank you very much. Can't forget our girl Renisha. She's new to the team. Thank you, Renisha, for your support. I know you couldn't make it there, but you were there in spirit. I hope your family's doing well. I hope your mom and your dad are doing well. So know that we continue to send good vibes and good energy to you guys. So we love you, and we hope to see you at the next event. I also want to give a shout out to Rocky, who does our AV. Amazing guy. He's got an amazing story. Single father with a young daughter. Amazing guy, great spirit, and is always the guy that says, hey, how can I help and how can I be a part of the team? So Rocky, thank you very much. If you want some information on him, you can send us a direct message and we'll give you his contact. He's got an amazing sound and lighting equipment that you can use for special events. And again, last but not least, but my business partner Matt for supporting and being there for me, my right-hand man, making things happen. Thank you very much. We got some big events and some big things. We're gonna wrap up 2019 strong, and 2020 is it's already in the works. We got some amazing partnerships that we're gonna be working on, so we're super excited about that. So let's get right into it. On Monday night, I got the opportunity to share my story. Again, some of you that don't know, I grew up in Southern California, and my story it's not an uncommon story, but I grew up with a single mom, younger sister, and life wasn't easy. We had a mom that worked many hours because she needed to make sure to put a roof over our head and put food on the table, and we had to make means with what we had. I had a couple of choices in my life. I could have either gone left or right when I hit that fork of either going left, going into the streets and the gangs, or right, trying to be, use all that energy and finding, that entrepreneur spirit, which I did. And, again, the story goes at 14, I started going to teen clubs. At 15, I started throwing my own parties. At 16, I was already street promoting for some of the top clubs in LA, believe it or not. And at 17 years old, I was already in the nightlife scene full-fledged. And by 18, 19, I was running some of the top clubs and promoting. And then I ended up in the Bay Area and in San Jose, San Francisco, and never looked back. Got to make my first million at 25. Got to experience the nightlife at a whole different level. And at 28, 29, obviously, was in the multi-millions doing real estate and also doing my nightlife, and got to really experience life from a whole different perspective. And during that time, I really got to meet a lot of people, got to network with a lot of great people, and got to just really associate myself. There was no Facebook, there was no Instagram, there was no social media like there is today. They were just embarking, and they were just coming out into their existence. So, to really see where we're at today, it's amazing to see where we're at with all the different social media platforms, and the fact that we can actually do this now live and do some amazing stuff. So again, the nightlife got to teach me a lot of great things, got to give me a great network. I say it allowed me to cast the net so far wide and deep that as I was able to reel it back in, I was able to pull some great people, some great opportunities that came out of it. So, and then obviously 2008 came along, and 2008 wiped out a lot of people, and I was one of those people that got wiped out from losing all my cars, losing my home. And when I'm talking about cars, from the Ferrari, the Humvee truck, the Mercedes, the motorcycles, the all the toys, and from living in a beautiful loft with, I always like to share the story about, I was so crazy in my mind that I had this 350-gallon saltwater fish tank with a baby blacktip shark, and then I had a couple of lionfish and a couple of Brazilian eels. So my tank was a predator tank because it just seemed like I was in a predator environment. So just crazy to think that you would come home and try to relax, and you want to watch these calm fish and like these little Elmos and kind of like Dora type looking fish, and you're over here and you're seeing this black tip shark and these predator type shark fish. So there was never any calm or rest. It was just kind of like, always go. So and then of course just going through that whole process, going from living in a nice place, sleeping on a California king, to now everything that I had was in a basket, and that's how I had to learn how to travel for some time, was putting everything in a basket, because I didn't have the room or the luxury. And I went from all these nice exotic cars, or or bigger cars to literally a Ford Focus, and that was probably the best car that I've ever had in my life, because it was reliable, and it was something that it was inexpensive, and at the time met my means, and definitely gave me the opportunity to travel and navigate like I needed to. 2008 comes. I ended up moving back to Southern California, and I had to learn how to regroup myself. And I shared in my story on Monday that, the way that I was able to peel those layers out is I had to peel them in the first place, and then I had to make a decision. I had to commit to my decision, and I had to execute. And how do I do that? Well, I had a whiteboard in my room, and I decided that I wanted to write all my ideas. And while I was writing my ideas, I started to write dollar amounts of what I wanted to be making in 2012, 2013, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and I even went up to 2020. And I went in increments of, when I started at 2012, it was 250, 350, 450, 550, 650, 750. I had to really set my scope and my net. Here I go casting out this net again. I had to really think big and outside the box. Why? Because I had to start to exercise my mental toughness to get me through what I needed to get through, and get me to the point where I wanted to be in my life. So that's the kind of juices and the kind of things that I use to push myself to that next level and to really pick myself up and rise. So, and if you don't do that, no one else is going to do it. So it has to start within, which then goes into what we talked about with Stedman. But before we got into Stedman, I got to really share the stage with someone that I've known for many, many, many years, and I've admired in the sense that he was a pioneer in the entertainment industry. He was a pioneer in the automotive and celebrity industry, and it was just like a dream come true to be able to share the stage or the floor with him and hear his story. It was so crazy that he asked me, wanted to come on up, and I said, yeah, no problem, come on up. I want you to be a part of the part of the event with me, and so forth. And he said to me, he goes, okay, I'm gonna get my ticket, and I'm gonna just get the hotel room. So I figured, I don't know what I was thinking, but I called him up and I said, hey, Miles, I said, I live in a high rise. It's a nice place. I have a second bedroom that if you're open to it, I'd love for you to you can stay here. It's got its own bathroom and so forth. Hey, if you're down for it, come join me, man. And at the same time, we could take advantage and maximize the amount of time that you'll be here, and we can talk business, and we can talk about all the different types of opportunities. Because really, what I want to do is I want to hear your story, and I want to also be able to learn from what your experiences have been. Because I know that from creating Industry Insider magazine, which was the newsletter for all nightlife, that was kind of like the Facebook of the time. That's how we got information out, or we got promotions out, or we got certain things out. Industry Insider magazine was the magazine that people read in the industry or in the circuit. It's kind of like they would take pictures of all the nightclubs, so it would be published every month and so forth. So from that, going to becoming the president and founder of Dub Magazine. I mean, Dub Magazine is the pioneer magazine that really got to bring cool cars, cool celebrities, cool people, bringing them all together, and being able to show the coolness and the glitz and the glamour of being a celebrity and having your toys. And not only that, but also showcasing the homes. It was kind of like the MTV versions of Cribs, but for cars. So Miles, you had an amazing story. You got to share how you started. You also shared the different types of mental issues that people go through, the traumas that they go through. One of the things that Miles and I have in common, and this is part of one of the things that also was crazy because I never expected. I thought I was, one of the 1,000 people that we both have a common eye. It's not a common. We have a rare eye disease in both eyes called keratoconus. Means that there's no surgery, there's no cure for it other than retina transplants. Fortunately for me, I haven't had the surgery in my eyes, but definitely it's something that I have on both eyes, and I wear hard lenses, which is kind of like wearing glass in your eyes. It's kind of sucks for those of you that might wear hard lenses for whatever eye corrections you need. It's definitely not a comfortable contact to wear. And Miles has talked about, and he shares how he's gone blind 3 times on his left eye. And if you don't want to if you don't want to think about adversities or things that can mess with your psyche and your confidence, I mean, the story that came behind it. If you want to look up Miles Kovacs, you can look him up on TED Talks. He did a TED Talks in the neighborhood that he grew up, Boyle Heights, and amazing story. Talks about the adversities, talks about the coming on up, and then really talks more about how he now wants to give back and give back to the community again, which ties us all back in, and why we're all working together. We want to bring the experiences and the expertise and the things that we've learned, whether it's through business, whether it's through the community, whether it's giving back. It's about using our minds and our experiences to help those that are coming up in the next generation that's coming up, or also help those that need help with infrastructure or just some advice in how to run their businesses. That's really what we come with. We come with a lot of experiences because we all started at a very young age as well. So we got to speak about that, and we got to share the stage then with Stedman. And Stedman has become an amazing partner, has become an amazing team player, has become a friend, and that's something that you really once you cross that boundary, or that you create that rapport with somebody and you become friends with somebody, it's a game changer. It takes things to a whole different level. The trust levels are there, the embracement, the love and the affection, and the conversations are much different than those than when you just hire a talent to come to your space or to your venue, or it's an informal type of relationship when you're just hiring someone versus when you're become friends with them and you get embraced. You embrace that person and you do these things because now it's not about the money that's in it. It's about what we're giving back and paying forward to the community. So again, Miles brought a lot of heat to the conversation on Monday, and I'm going to be posting up some pictures. We got the recap of all the pictures and all the different people that got to show up, and just the amazing experience that we had. And then we go into the fact that we had Stedman Graham came in. We had him early in the day because we got to do a faculty workshop with the University of Notre Dame in Belmont. And that was an amazing experience too, to actually see how he teaches the 9 steps of success, the 9 steps of how to become the person that you need to become to be able to lead others. And his whole philosophy is, you can't lead others until you learn how to lead yourself first. You can't love others until you learn how to love yourself first. And those were some of the highlights that really just kind of took me to the next level. There was I took some notes, and I got them in my napkin, believe it or not. Some of the best notes that I've had, and some of the best ideas that I've had, I've written down in napkins. I actually took a picture of these notes and I posted them up on my Facebook because I wanted to share that with you guys. And there was a lot of things that Stedman said that were like the highlights for me, that were really the things that just like, damn, this is what I'm talking about. This is how someone with integrity, with credibility, with wanting to give back, these are the types of statements and the type of things that they use. And I'm going to share a few of these quotes, but my number one, I even had to circle it and put number one in it, and it says, "I am the captain of my soul." And that to me resonated because we're all captains of our own person, of our own souls. We need to learn how to lead and navigate ourselves through sometimes some of these treacherous waters that we go through. And these treacherous waters don't just mean the high tides and the low tides, but it means the shift in the winds, it means the rains, it means the crazy storms that happen out there. It also means the sharks. Sharks can be the business people, your friends, your family, the people that don't bring value to your growth and to your success in life. So that was one of them. The other one was attitude is altitude. I mean, that in itself is is self-explanatory. You know, your attitude will take you to the level that you want to be. If you have a shitty attitude, well, guess what that's going to take you? That's going to take you down to the bottom. If you have a great attitude and you're very positive and energetic about things, that takes you to a higher level. And then when it takes you to a higher level, it allows you to expand onto other levels and other opportunities. Another one that he talked about was, let's see what I want to get. He talked about action. He talked about moral compass. He talked about energy sets the tone. Absolutely, energy sets the tone. I always, on my Monday post, I like to say Monday sets the tone for the rest of the week. In the beginning of the year, I always like to post, January, the first 30 days sets the tone for the rest of the year. So if you want to bullshit the first 30 days of the year, guess what? If you don't kick it into gear by February, March, you're gonna have a pretty shitty year, and you're not gonna be really ready for it, because I like to start in November. Normally, my New Year's kicks November 1st because I like to be ahead of the game. While people start to slow down during the holidays, I like to shift gears, and I like to put I like to put the throttle up, because I like to prepare myself for the following year. And there's a lot of successful people and a lot of people that follow that kind of trend, because while everyone falls asleep during the holidays or gets caught up with all the chaos, we're over here grinding and making sure that we're powering through, so that when New Year's kicks in, we're not waking up hungover. We're waking up ready to go. And then while people are trying to catch up from all the what I call the holiday hangovers, and then they start getting their bills and they start realizing how much money they spent, we're already hitting January, February, March in full gear. So those are a couple of things that he talked about. One more that he talked about is success circles. The people that you circle and you surround yourself with, those are the kind of people that you're going to learn and become of. You're going to be able to download and associate yourself. And then of course, I mentioned that he says, if you don't love yourself, you'll never be able to love others. And really, at the end, the message that Stedman was able to share with us, and I feel bad for those that didn't get to show up to the event, because or that just didn't find any interest in it, because the people that did show up, and again, we were sold out, so you probably wouldn't have been able to get in anyways. But the people that really got to enjoy, and my friends that I saw there, like Jose Rojo, I saw Terry Stubblefield there, I saw my friend Danielle Messenger there and her sister. I got to see Nancy Rosales, which I love you. You're my producer. You're the bomb. You're the one that does all my great videos. Her sister. I got to see my mentor Ray Reese was there. I got to see business partners, financial partners like Frank Yim and Eric Antonio, my boy Kyle Solario. We had people that came to visit us. Actually, one of our boys, Moss, came down from Sacramento. I actually met him that evening and the next morning, had breakfast with him. Amazing person, talking about global marketing and global businesses. I'm actually going to be in Sacramento tomorrow to meet with him. I got to meet Damanio. I'm gonna chop up your last name, but I'm not even gonna try. But Damanio, you're an amazing guy, bro. I've been watching you on what you've been doing. I saw your event with Miles Kovac and Eric Thomas, and I know that you dominate in your space. And we even got visitors that came from Canada. We had a lady that came and visited, and she was just so happy to be there and to meet me and to meet Miles and to meet Stedman. Lots of great people. We had the Purple Pam Foundation there. Alex Mejia sent 4 of the board members there, which was amazing because they got to learn some leadership, got to hear some leadership stuff from Stedman. So again, a lot of things. At the end, Stedman was able to pull it together and was able to say, you can't lead others until you first learn to lead yourself. But really what it is, you can't give that kind of feeling or that kind of thing if you're just not in tune with yourself and you're dialed in. And really what he said is the most powerful word in the world is love. And that it gives me chills to just even repeat that, because it's the truth, it's the facts. I have a quick story. When I used to own the vault in downtown, I remember that we were just tail spinning. We didn't know what was happening with the economy. And I called a meeting with my business partners, and I sat down with them, and it was just crazy. It was just random. And I said, guys, I just said, I don't know about you guys, man, but I think we need to find ourselves, and we need to learn to love ourselves first. And I think that once we did that shift, we were able now to get out of that tailspin and be able to really now just look at things from a different set of lenses. So, anyways, I don't want to get all into this love stuff right now, but again, the point being is that it was an amazing experience. Stedman coming in, sharing the fact that even with himself, being that he's Oprah Winfrey's partner. It's people refer to him, oh, that's Oprah's man. No, that's Stedman Graham. And for him to be able to stand in the rooms with the guys like Steven Spielberg, to stand with the rooms with the top guys of CBS, all the major networks, to stand next to Oprah, that you have to be comfortable with yourself and in the room and the presence that you're in. And last night, I was in my comfort zone. I was in the space. I felt confident because I knew that I had those that I love around me. I had people that I wanted to be with, and those that wanted to support were there. I was there with a good friend of mine that I have a lot of respect for, Miles Kovac, and I was there with a person that I'm now learning to follow on a different level, that now has taken me under his wing to mentor me. Stedman Graham, thank you very much. You're an amazing human being, and I'm looking forward to working with you on all of our future events. And I'm really looking forward to our big event in Los Angeles on November 1st. So that's going to be, again, that I'm excited to be a part of this. And let's see what other other things that he shared with us. Let's see. There's all kinds of great ones here. Leverage your circles. Again, see it, be it. I mean, these were just hot pointers that were given. And if you want to see these pointers, you can actually look on my Facebook page. I actually posted them up. I took a picture of front and back. If you want me to take those like a better picture for you, just go ahead and send me a direct message. But again, the point of why I'm doing these lives is because I want to be able to share my experiences. I want to be able to share others. Next month, we're actually going to be interviewing someone. We're still working on our guest right now, but we're going to start bringing people from the community, people from the industry, from different types of industries. And what I've decided is that I want to start to interview them here from my own home, from my own living room, and I want to be able to make them feel welcomed and warm, and be able to open up and crack those thought processes and be able to share with you. So again, Mauricio Mejia Live is going to be happening every second Wednesday of the month, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be on all three channels. We're going to be on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We're going to be here talking about different topics. If there is a topic that you want us to talk about, please put it on on the post. Send me a direct message. I'm always open for constructive criticism. If you like what I'm doing, great. If you don't like it, that's your problem. That's not mine. There's a video that I posted on YouTube on haters. You might want to watch it. Other than that, really, I want to just keep it positive, and I want to be able to share my stories and the stories of others. And again, it's just going to be something that I'm going to be doing on a regular basis, and I'm super excited to be doing this and sharing my life with you and sharing the life with others of, again, talking about constructive things and learning to be an entrepreneur and how to be a successful business person. So my team's waving me down. We said we were going to keep it short because I can keep going forever and ever, but I don't want to lose you guys. I want you guys to take a look at this video again, watch it, share it with your friends. Please, Mauricio Mejia Live. You can find me on my YouTube channel. You can find me on Facebook. If you're not a Facebook friend, if you're on Instagram, you can look me up on Facebook. If you're on Facebook and don't have me on Instagram, you can. My handle is Mauricio Mejia. I also do have a Twitter handle, but I'm not a big Twitter fan. So, but you can find me on Twitter as well. Aside from that, guys, I have enjoyed spending these few minutes with you, talking about just the recap of having myself, Miles Kovac, and Stedman Graham on the event. We're working on some bigger events, some shows. I know that I showed Miles a couple places that we want to bring back the Dub Show to the Bay Area, to Northern California. We're also working with a couple big promotion groups to do some big festivals here in the Silicon Valley. So, anyhow, keep out on the lookout. I'm going to be posting the new promotion for the next one in August, September. We'll be doing the next Facebook Live. Meanwhile, guys, send me messages. Watch out for my videos. I'm trying to post them at least once a week. And again, thank you very much for spending your time with me. It's very appreciated. I speak from the heart. There's no scripts here. Thank you again. Matt, what are we at? We're good?
We're We're good.
All right, guys. You guys have a wonderful evening. I love you guys all from the bottom of my heart. Those that took the time to follow me and watch this tonight, thank you very much. And again, please send me your comments and suggestions. I'll make sure that we incorporate them on our next one. Thank you.